Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Tonight is the last regular meeting for the school year of the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Ed, and it is Monday, June 27th. We are coming back into public session. We just had a closed session. So I would like to start with a roll call for the public. Yes?
Dr. Blundy.
Here.
Mr. Luisi.
Here.
Mrs. Martin.
Here.
Ms. Molinelli.
Present.
Mr. Stankus.
Here.
Ms. Steffens.
Here.
Mr. Weaver. Mrs. Varghese.
Here.
And Mr. Blundo.
Here. Would like to have a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by mailing copies of said notice to the record, filing copies of said notice with the municipal clerks of Hillsdale, Montvale, Rivervale, and Woodcliff Lake, and publishing said notice in the record on May 18th, 2021. Before we get to the routine matters agenda, I would like to entertain, for those of us that were in the executive session, if there is anyone that has any motions that they would like to make as a result of that executive session. Hearing none, we're going to move on. Okay. Under routine matters, we have the minutes of June 6th. Is there a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Blundy.
Yes.
Mr. Luisi.
Yes.
Mrs. Martin.
Yes.
Ms. Molinelli.
Abstain.
Mr. Stankus.
Yes.
Ms. Steffens.
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Abstain.
Mr. Blundo.
Yes. We are going to open to the public. The first open is for agenda items only. Citizens are invited to make comments regarding, as I said, agenda items and are limited to 3 minutes, according to our policy number 0167. Persons wishing to speak, please rise, sign in, state your name, town of residence, and which item you are speaking of. We are open to the public. Seeing no hands, we will close to the public. We'll move to policy. We have consent agenda, 7 consent agenda items. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Any discussion?
Oh, yeah, we do need discussion.
Any discussion?
Any discussion? Forget that once in a while.
That's okay.
This is first reading.
Roll call.
Dr. Blundy.
Yes.
Mr. Luisi.
Yes.
Mrs. Martin.
Yes.
Ms. Molinelli.
Yes.
Mr. Stankus.
Yes.
Ms. Steffens.
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes.
Mr. Blundo.
Yes. Next, we have education. 15 consent agenda items. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Dr. Blundy.
Yes.
Mr. Luisi.
Yes.
Mrs. Martin.
Yes.
Ms. Molinelli.
Yes.
Mr. Stankus.
Yes.
Ms. Steffens.
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes.
Mr. Blundo.
Yes. Human Resources, we have 13 consent agenda items. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion.
So I'm not sure if this falls under this particular topic, but Claudia Gibbs has been what I've considered to be an ultimate professional to this district. There's been very bumpy times where board members have had to really rely on her, and I just wanted to take a quick minute to recognize her service as being really just, if I could have stolen her, I would have. She just is the ultimate professional, and the support and the commitment that she made to this district and the members of this board, like I'm on almost 9 years, I think it's really commendable, and I just wanted to recognize her service. So thank you.
And thank you, Tammy. And I know I said it a couple meetings ago, but I feel the same way, Claudia. From day one, about 7 years ago for me, or maybe 8 now, and welcomed us, supported us. I know the councilman from Hillsdale who's here tonight echoed these thoughts a meeting ago, how you were so cooperative with the municipality. Your replacement, Jill, is with us, so we want to welcome you as well. And you have big shoes to fill, but we have no doubt you're going to fill them great, in a great fashion. So welcome. Thank you, Claudia. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
I also wanted to thank Claudia and Dan, because you really helped us out at a time where we needed some good leadership, and we appreciate the time that you spent with us. We're going to miss you very much.
Yes.
Yes. You'll be in good hands.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Blundy.
So yes, but I have to abstain from one because I know someone in there who is amazing, but I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Luisi.
Yes.
Mrs. Martin. Yes. Ms. Molinelli.
Yes.
Mr. Stankus.
Yes.
Ms. Steffens.
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes.
Mr. Blundo.
Yes. Sure I don't miss anything. 24. Page 20. Page 24?
Yeah.
All right, I missed it then. A lot of paper tonight, a lot of administration stuff tonight. 1 second. Oh, you marked it, that would have been nice. I thought we didn't do finance? Okay, motion for finance where there are 22 consent agenda items.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Was that Deborah?
second.
Oh, okay. Any discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Blundy.
Yes.
Mr. Luisi.
Yes.
Mrs. Martin. Yes. Ms. Molinelli.
Yes.
Mr. Stankus.
Yes.
Ms. Steffens.
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes.
Mr. Blundo.
Yes. So are there any policy, we're up to old business, are there any policy committee updates? I don't believe we had any.
Well,
Dan,
we approved them tonight. Those
That
were
was
the
the
policies we
Yeah.
discussed.
First reading.
Okay.
So,
Any discussion on anything else? Yeah, I wanted to clarify something that came up, and I guess this is under old business, last meeting, when there was a discussion about the survey and that the equity committee was never shown the survey, but we don't have an equity committee anymore. We agreed as a board in January to not have that committee anymore. Now, if we need it, and I was not on top of it at that moment to say it, but if we need it, we can talk about reinstating it this coming January. But we walked out of here thinking that there was an equity committee that didn't review, and that wasn't the case. So I want to make sure that everybody gets that clarification, because I would agree that if there had been an equity committee, that they should have maybe seen those results first. I also want to make some comments. Kristen made them already, and everybody kind of concurred with them, but about the man to my left here. Boy, those of us, and you were all there, that last couple of years was rough. And, I couldn't say these seats were blue without somebody criticizing my eye color codes. And it was just a really bad place that we had gotten into. Some of it was policy and logos and mascots. some of it was the times, right? The unprecedented times that we went through. And Dan, you know, I remember having the interview with you and hearing that you walked the halls and hearing that you were a PV alum doesn't give you the job, but I actually felt then that it gave you an extra level of care about our district than if we had brought in somebody from South Jersey or West Jersey. I felt you had a vested interest in this place because you came from here, and you well exceeded my expectations in just calming things down, being professional, being transparent, being respectful, and I cannot thank you enough because that is what we needed. So from me, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not supposed to talk to teachers. I don't talk to them, but when they see me, they often say what a great job you did and how lucky we were to have you for this last year. So whatever the future holds for you, I personally wish you the best. You always have a home at Pascack. I guess you can't be superintendent anymore, but as far as I'm concerned, so thank you very much, Dan.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
It was a great year. It was a fun year. I think we got a lot accomplished, and you guys are in great shape, and you're going to have a great leader coming in 4 days.
And just a little note on that, I expect that you will all be reached out to. I have to watch how I say, because we didn't rice her, as we learned. We're not saying anything bad, but she'll reach out to all of you. Barry has set up an aggressive onboarding first few days. I checked in with her to make sure that she felt she was ready. And so when that phone rings from that strange number, please pick it up or call it back because she really wants to hear from all of you.
Awesome.
Okay. So,
All right.
any other old business?
Well, I'd like to echo, you know, I've been here a year working with Claudia, and it's been great. You know, I don't know if you all know, Claudia and I grew up actually next door neighbors.
I did not either.
So I've known Claudia, as I said at the little retirement dinner we had, for 59 years. Not all of those years as neighbors, but when I would call Eric on district business, you know, when I was a superintendent in another town and Claudia would pick up, it was like hearing a comforting voice from the past. And I really enjoyed working with her this year. So great. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Jim, I think you had a old business?
Well, no, we're heading to Valley next year.
Yes, so, and we'll make sure, yes, if you can make sure that you and Sarah are aware that beginning in September, the meetings will be returning to Pascack Valley. We do have our retreat in August, I believe. Did we get a date?
We will send out what?
15th?
August 15th.
Okay. You can, well, you can send me notes if that's
August 15th.
not good. I think that what they tried to do is get the least amount of conflicts that we could. Because we are a very active board, and many of you have your feet in many different ponds and puddles, which is a good thing, but it's very hard to get everybody together at one time. We do our best. So we'll have that. That'll most likely be here. This building is just has a better flow for that type of event. And then we'll move to Valley in September.
Wouldn't it be the last meeting in August, like August 20?
Yeah, that
August
would
27th
yeah,
or whatever
you're right.
it is.
I just want to make sure. I don't know.
Yes,
I'm glad
yes.
I brought it up,
August
you know what I'm saying?
No, you'll be,
We'll be at Valley starting at the end of August.
Right. So
Can't
one
remember
more
the
meeting
date.
here on the 15th, and then we move
Oh, no. I never
south? I guess it's south. And, you know, we actually have spent 3 of the last 4 years here because Valley was under construction
Right.
1 year. So I think it'll be good to give people that live closer there a little easier access. Not the board, the public. Any other old business?
How are the bees?
the bees are good, from what I'm told. Yeah, they did add to it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Great.
Any new business?
I would just like to say, since the date was thrown out, you guys can hear me, right? Mm-hmm. I have a loud voice. I haven't been to a retreat. I know with COVID and everything, the last one, and since I'm going to be at this one, I just please hope that doing a lot of stuff for mental health for these kids coming into this next year, kind of what we talked about at the last meeting, conflict resolution, dealing with life is life skills is a huge focus for next year. I really hope so, and I hope that you as a board and my colleagues would agree that we need to really tackle that. That's our next tackle, I hope, so.
Yes, let's, between you
Wanted
and
to
me,
throw that
make
in.
sure that Sarah has a spot on that for the agenda. You know already? Okay.
Excellent. And I will
Okay.
miss you all.
We will miss you. Anybody else?
Is that a Saturday? August
No, it's a
15th?
Monday.
It's Monday.
It's a Monday.
And I think, did we have tentative hours? Was it like a half a day type of thing? Does anyone recall?
It's a Monday.
We didn't do the hours yet, but it's usually in the summer,
We were doing.
in the morning.
9 to 12-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else, folks?
I have something for new business. I want to make sure, we have the two leases, one for central office renewal and also for the other suite number 7, which would be for Region 2 and the district conference room. So we don't have all the details ironed out yet, so it couldn't be on the agenda. So time is of the essence, and we don't have our next regular meeting until August 29th. So what I'm asking is if you could make a motion and vote on this, would be to allow the business administrator, board secretary, and the board president to sign those contracts. Also for any change orders, because we do have construction projects going on, and I would hate to see those projects delayed. And also, there's a good chance, we already approved, we had the asbestos abatement done, and there's probably going to be another set of bathrooms here and also at Hills. In all likelihood, Robert said, when they open the walls, they'll probably have around the pipe fittings asbestos, so that would have to be abated. So I'm asking if those specific items could be in a resolution for me and for Joe to sign the contract, and then we will do a board resolution at the August 29th meeting approving it.
Perfect.
Okay. Any objection or discussion?
Well, I'll make a motion in order to allow the business administrator and the president of the board to be able to tentatively sign off on the issues that were just discussed until our next upcoming board meeting in August.
Is there a second? Second. And discussion?
Yes.
I will vouch, but yes, if any of these projects get out of hand, we will stop.
Yes.
And we will see if we can get an emergency meeting.
Yes,
I mean, that's the
because-
word. There's reasonable and unreasonable.
And there's going to be communication, so you'll know. If it's not going to be in the Friday briefing, then I will take it upon myself to send an email to everybody. But again, that's confidential, do not, and don't, reply all, again, because that constitutes a meeting. So, yes,
Okay.
you'll be in the loop, and you'll be provided with the information.
Excellent.
Roll call?
Dr. Blundy,
Yes.
Mr. Luisi,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin. Yes. Ms. Molinelli,
Yes.
Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese,
Yes.
Mr. Blundo.
I'm going to abstain, since I'm one of the signers. Okay, any other new business? We're trying to coordinate us, not the district, a farewell for Dan. Wednesday may or may not work. If it carries into another week, it's something very informal, not district money, and it's not a big dinner. I want to make it clear, we don't do that, but, I think that it would be nice for anybody that can make it. So I'll be sending around some notes to try and get a date that we can get a good representation. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Well
right.
deserved.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Oh, wait, I didn't open to the public again. I'm sorry. We are open to the public on any topic.
All right.
Thanks. Anthony DeRosa, Councilman, Pearl Hillsdale, liaison to the board. This being the end of the school year, just want to thank all of you for your volunteerism and for what you did during the year. Want to give a special thanks to Dr. Fishbein. A lot of people take a role not knowing what might await them. You knew what it awaited you, and you still chose to go ahead with it, so I commend you for that. It was at a time when the district needed you, the community needed you, and you were the right guy for the spot, so thanks for doing that. And that was it. Just enjoy your summer.
You too.
Thanks.
You too. Thank you.
Any other members of the public? Seeing no hands, close to the public. Is there a motion for adjournment? Second?
Second.
By acclamation, we are adjourned.
Very good.